Hi, welcome to the Crafty Manatee. Today I'm going to be working on my temperature scarf that I am doing for 2026. So I'm going to just work a couple of rows here and chat with you guys about this scarf. So I'm wanting to do these chats periodically throughout the year, maybe every month, maybe a couple times a month. I don't know, no promises. Who knows how often I will sit down to do these chats on my temperature scarf. I really hope that everyone else who is doing a temperature scarf or a temperature project of any kind this year are enjoying it. I know that temperature projects, especially temperature blankets, are very, very popular, and I am definitely enjoying working on this scarf. So if you didn't know, I do have a full video here on the channel of the pattern for this temperature scarf. So this year, instead of doing a blanket, which I've never actually done, but I do see is very popular, I decided to work on a scarf. It is a much smaller of a project, and it just seemed much more attainable for me to work on this. So I've really enjoyed it. I do have a full pattern here on the channel that goes through how to work this temperature scarf. The pattern is a linen stitch pattern, and I think it looks really pretty with the colors of yarn shining through because they're kind of overlapping in a way because we're working down into the previous row. So I've really liked the way that it lets the colors blend together, and it's also just been very, very fun to see how all of the colors will work together based off of the high temperature of the day. So for my scarf, I am using the high temperature. You could also use the average temperature or the low temperature. You could definitely customize it. And in that original video that I was mentioning of the pattern on the channel that goes through the entire process of making one of these scarves, or at least the pattern, I do lay out different temperature ranges that you could do. So I have like a extremely hot, moderately hot, extremely cold, moderate. I think there are 6 different colorways, I believe, that I posted. So that is just a way that if you don't want to break up the color changes yourself, like make your own chart, you can definitely follow that and pick the colors, like the temperatures that correspond to your climate the best. So for example, I'm using the moderately hot temperature chart because I don't get a lot of extreme colds, especially not like consistently. So I wanted to make sure that I was getting a lot of color changes throughout my scarf according to the weather. And that has been a really fun part of this temperature scarf, is actually getting to sit down at the end of the day, or in this case, I am working 2 rows. You can see I got a little behind, but I love sitting down at the end of the day or the end of a couple of days and really getting to see like what the average high is at any given time. So for example, I'm filming this on the 1st of April. I don't know how long it will take me to post this. Who knows how long to edit and post and get it in the cycle. But as you can see that just in April, we have had a lot of this orange color. So this is it's 84 is the high today. So that is like the lower 80s is this orange color. And you can see we had some hotter days with the yellows and some cold days. So this is actually our last freeze that we had. So we had it warm up and then a freeze and then we got warmer. And this blue is a colder temperature too. So it's just been a lot of fun to see how the temperature changes from day to day. And it's almost exciting whenever we do get the freeze, because whenever, I might be sad that it is not warming up quite yet and we get a freeze and all the plants are starting to frost over. But it is really fun for my temperature scarf. I get excited. I'm like, ooh, it's going to be a different color today instead of just the orange. So it does make me reflect on the weather more and also be more in tune with what the weather is, because I feel like most years I just haven't any clue like what the temperature is. So this has been really, really fun for me to really see the averages and all of that. But I really hope that if you are making your own temperature scarf or temperature project, that you will leave some comments down below about how your temperature scarf is shaping up. You can also tag me on Instagram at the Crafty Manatee. I would love to see all of your temperature projects and everything and how they're coming together so far. And also, if you're not doing a temperature scarf or a temperature blanket yet, it's never too late in the year to start one. It's definitely not too late now. It's April, so I'm only a third of the way through the scarf, is how we're looking at it. We're a third of the way through the year, and so it's definitely still very easy and possible to start your temperature scarf now. But I hope you enjoyed today's video of me just yapping about my temperature scarf and showing it off. It's been a few weeks since I did the last show off of this. I think we were back here before, I think we had just had that other frost, or it might have been just before. So we've definitely worked a little ways since my last time showing you this. And so I'm going to continue doing this, like I said, hopefully every month or a couple times a month. But no promises. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping I can keep up with this though. So far, I'm doing good at tucking in the yarn tails too. I just have a few days. I usually do it in like a week at a time, bunch that I tuck in the yarn tails. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed today's video and really just me yapping about my temperature scarf. If you did, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.